So, welcome to the award ceremony for the Herbal Bootcamp for 2026. I had fun making this because I love like making stories and things like that. It's just, I don't know, like coming up with those concepts, it was really fun for me. And then watching what you guys said was really fun too, just like seeing you go through the trail and really think about what was going on in your life and like showing things that you're doing and inspiring each other. That was really fun. So we're gonna go over who won. There's a lot of winners. Even if you just participated one day, you're a winner for just participating. So if you're watching the replay, I really appreciate you participating. So here are, I'm gonna start with the third place winner. Um, because I was going to show you all of them. Oh, I'm going to remind you of these were the points. We had body check-ins, implementing herbs, daily polls. Then we had 5 points for sharing, encouraging people, reflecting, and then completing all tasks. You got an extra bonus, 5 points. And then there were secret ones that popped up. There was only a couple of those. There was a live that popped up, and then I had one yesterday. Um, a little secret bonus. And you found what was it? This one keeps popping up for me and I saw it today. It's blue, what was it? Verbena? Blue
Blue vervain.
vervain, yes. And I saw that just the other day, but it's on the side of the road. So I'm like, "Ugh, I probably shouldn't get that one, but I'm trying to find that one because it keeps popping up in my world. So I think it's for a reason. Sometimes when
Mhm.
plants like pop up over and over again, you're like, there's a reason why that one's there. And I like motherwort for like a calmer, but I would like another one but I've heard it's really bitter. Have you used it?
No, I actually found it when I moved to town here. My dad brought me to this pond that's on the other end of town, and we would fish there.
Uh-huh.
And this year, I really delved into exploring
Uh-huh.
a little bit around it because that was one of my projects I had to do. I
Yeah.
went to the farm where I grew up. There's a reserve
Uh-huh.
in the family name. So that's where all those pictures came from at that time.
Okay. Okay.
So part of it was from there and part of it was from this pond area. Well, I had found the mullein there. And then one day I just started taking pictures of what I saw. And the
Mm-hmm.
next time I'd go back, I'd see different things. And
Yes.
yeah, when it was in bloom, oh, it was beautiful.
And that's what I encourage people to do is like go back multiple times because when you first idea a plant, it really might not be that plant. So watching it over time really help you identify it correctly. Especially like if you see it right when it starts growing to the time it's blooming, that's when
Mhm.
you can really identify it and know it for sure. Because sometimes if there's no bloom, it is a lot harder to identify unless you already are familiar with that plant. Like mullein, I'm sure you could spot it now, like no
Yes.
matter where it's at. But the
Yep.
first time you saw mullein, you probably should have waited. It could be lamb's ear. It could be, something else.
Yep.
So things like that. So third place is Daniel, and I know Daniel works during the day, so I figured he would not be on here. But he does get a one-on-one session with me, 20 minutes. And so we've already done a one-on-one, but we're just gonna like talk about the experience and go like through the next steps with him. And then I'm just gonna make this small. Oops. I didn't mean to make it smaller for you, but I think I have to look at what else he gets because I downloaded it, but I need to double check on that. Um, and did I download it? Oh yeah. Okay. Um, and he also gets a field guide of herbal rhythms. Um, I tried to make this based on what I was seeing in the presentation. So that PDF, I will send that over when we get on the one-on-one. Okay. So, oops. Okay. That wasn't blocking, was it?
I know it just moved to the side.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, so that's what Daniel gets. Then we have Tamara Lane. And she is second, and she put a lot of effort into a lot of her critiques, things like that. So she had 140 points, and she will get a one-on-one with me for 20 minutes as well, kind of going over. And then I have where we've already dove into some of hers, the Pitta pattern. I gave her a Pitta Herbal Field Guide tracking, or trek that she gets with the one-on-one. So that's what she gets, um, along with hers. And then, of course, number one, we've got Tamara Flyer. Did I say it right? Did I say
Lear.
Huh?
Yeah, you said Tamara, right? But it's
Yes,
Lear.
Tamara. Okay, Tamara. I think about tambourine now, and I think I've got it. Tamara. So that's helping me. Well, you have two different pronunciations of the same word, so
Yep,
that threw me off,
exactly.
I think. But then, well, actually, there's multiple ways to say that, but there's two in my group. So, but you got first place, and so you get an hour one with me, so you can go ahead and schedule that directly with me. The other two, I'm going to send them a link to schedule because there's just 20 minutes. You get a one-on-one with me, and you get the Forager's Next Step Field Guide. So this is going to talk about some like where it gives you a place to put like your inventory and like things that you have found and build your own plan area and just like where your energy is and what you've noticed and then your field guide notes and quick context clues. There's all kinds of stuff. There's even more. So this is a nice way to keep some things organized that I know you like to print stuff off and things like that. So that will also be sent to you as soon as we schedule or when we schedule the one-on-one. And so I wanted to share all the people that actually took time to enter, and so I did make sure I kept track of everyone. If you're not on here and you thought that you participated, let me know. And um, so there are some other little awards that came, even though, not everybody got first, second, or third. So we have the Pattern Pathfinder. So Lynn, she is looking beyond individual symptoms and beginning to uncover patterns hidden underneath. So she gets the Pathfinder Award, Pattern Pathfinder Award. And then we have Daniel, he got the Trail Momentum Award. So for putting what he learned into action, he's always using those herbs and, so he's on the same journey we are. I like to see that as well. Red, he showed up, participated, walked alongside us. He was motivating us. He's a good one to help motivate us. Philip,
Mhm.
he added what he's been doing and sharing. Though he didn't participate in those days, he did post in the community. And then t uh, Tamara, I don't know how to say her name. I think it's Tamara. She is slowing down, listening closely, learning and observing. So she got the Body Compass Award. So yeah, she's definitely tuning into herself, trusting herself, listening to those body cues. She kind of went deep into some of those cues. So, and then the Herbal Trek or the Herbal Tracker. So this is anybody else who participated but wasn't those top few. Just for being on the trek, I'll send that over to you guys. And then the Master Forager, Tamara. So this one is for diving into head first into the adventure, exploring the plants, experimenting, observing along the way, and discovering back or your discoveries back to the trail. So, it's got some of your little photos there in the little image of what you've done. So, I thought that was a fun little thing. Oh, and we already did that one. So we're just gonna move on. So the trek doesn't have to stop here. We do have the option to continue, and that's why I created a 30-day or 90-day adventure. So you can continue to complete challenges, learn more about your body, put herbs to practice, build habits that last, and finish your herbal trek strong. This is something that you can check in and make sure that you are following the path. Check in with yourself, check in with me, check in on what you're doing along the way. The community check-ins will all be able to check in with each other. You'll also have direct contact with me. You can send me a video, a text, or a audio through through Telegram. So you will have, it will be mostly weekly missions because this is going to be a long, not a sprint. So like this 7 days was a sprint. 90 days is going to be more like an endurance. So I realize that you're not going to be posting 7 times a day throughout a whole 90 days. But to keep you focused, we're going to have weekly challenges. You can check in as much as you want. I'll get back to you within 24 to 48 hours every single day. But we'll have weekly challenges. There might be pop-up challenges that are thrown in there to keep you on your toes, to keep you focused on your goals, to make it fun. We're gonna have nice level ups where you're making it to that next level. So, and then we're gonna make it a story because I think, we can do this herbal wellness, but if you make it fun, just like I do, my son is homeschooled, and when I make it fun, that's when he's learning way better. But if I'm just like, here's the rote, like math problems, do the math problems, he doesn't care. But if I'm like, okay, we've got to level up to get to this, or like there's a game that's involved, then he's way more motivated to do it. So that's what we're doing here, and that's what I like to make those stories. This could be, and we can pick the topics together, or, it could be a poll, or it could just be something if you're like, no, you just choose and I'll go with whatever. It can be any way that you guys want. But the adventure is fun. The adventure is together, but it's not something you have to do alone. And but the real treasure is that fact that you'll start feeling better. So the challenge is called 90 Days to Feel Better, or Feel Better in 90 Days Adventure. And you'll stop starting over and start leveling up. And so this is going to keep you on track, stop you from starting over, and start continuing through the process every single day, um, as well as check in weekly to make sure that you are keeping up with your goals. Um, so. Yeah, I think I talked a lot about this. Yeah, completing daily adventures, which it'll probably be weekly adventures that you could complete every day. So you only need to check in weekly. You can post it every day, but I realize 90 days is a long stretch. So weekly is fine. I would like you to be drinking your teas every day, making sure that you have things to use every day, focusing on something with your health, getting outside every day. I would like that, but I realize posting that every day, that can be tedious. So I don't want it to be tedious. I want it to be fun. There's going to be XP that you can learn, gain points and level up. And then you can build those skills and communicate and connect. So, also, if you hop in today, then you get this um, build your herbal first aid kit. So you will grab that. I will send you that in an email, and this will give you herbs for scratches, scrapes, minor burns, bruises, bites, stings, sore muscles, skin irritations, digestion, upset, seasonal wellness, stress relaxation, sleep support, and outdoor hiking adventures because we know that you're going to be outside. So if you're outside, you've got those herbs as well. And so, and then you don't have to do this alone. I think, I've got somebody that I kind of do a similar thing with for my business. She's a I don't know why I didn't make this bigger again. Oh, she is doing, an online program as well, and I check in with her, and it's just so fun to like see what other people are doing, make sure that I'm on track, make sure that, we're progressing together. So it's just so fun. And so it's going to be 90 days of an adventure. There will be wellness lessons along the way that I'll be providing. There will be personal guidance. So this is like I've tried this herb and I don't know if it's working for me. This is how I feel, and we can troubleshoot it together. Of course, I'm not a doctor, but I can help guide you based on what I'm listening and reflecting from you, and then based on the energetics of the herbs. So yeah, we'll have that private Telegram community. I will have emails that to will remind you what's going on in the group, so you're not like, oh, well, I forgot about Telegram, so I didn't even realize you guys were doing anything over there. So I will have emails. There will be text reminders, and of course, field guide. And then you'll have the levels so that you know where you are now to how you get to the top of the level. And then there'll always be those fun surprise bonus rewards. Uh, and so. Yeah, you're gonna have at the end of this, yes, you will feel like you've accomplished something even when because sometimes you feel like, okay, I have been taking this herb for 7 days, but like and I feel a little better, but it takes a while to get in your system. It takes a while for your system to feel better, and you're like, okay, I've been doing it, but then you lose track of anything because you're like, there's nothing there. But with this, it adds that, hey, I feel like I'm achieving something without even feeling it as much at first. And then by the end, you're going to have more energy. You're going to have better focus. You're going to have more personal herbal routines because you are focused on that goal daily. So this all, it stilts you up to get there yourself. So everything you'll receive, um, I'm going to let you just look at that, but this is worth so much because it is a high touch. And I've gone back and forth doing this because I do realize it's going to be a lot, but I want to see people go from not using herbs to start using herbs, implementing them, and start feeling better. I want to see those transformations. And I think that at first people need a little more support to get there. And maybe you are farther down the road, but you need some more motivation of other people and just checking in with someone every day to get there. So I'm not going to make you pay $5,000. That is the value of today, but it is $9.97. If you're in the Wild Path Monthly, then you do get a 10% discount, which I will email you out that code today. And it is there are different types of payments as well. So there's a 3-month payment or a weekly payment as well. So you can choose your own adventure with that. So this is going to take you from starting over all the time to actually implementing it in a fun way. So I like to make games out of things. I like to make stories out of things. So that's what this will do. So do you have any questions or I'm going to put the link in there. so you can look at it yourself real fast. Um, do you have any questions while I'm grabbing the link?
Uh-uh.
Okay. I'm excited because there's a lot I can't talk and do this at the same time. Um there's a lot of like it'll help you stay consistent because I feel like sometimes it's hard to like stay focused on your goals every day. Even with
Mhm.
me, I'm like, oh my gosh, today is not the day. So I have to like, but I mean, at the end of the day, you feel better when you do it. Just like staying on a workout routine.
Mhm.
It's like, well, some days you don't want to go work out, but if you do, you feel better, and it's staying consistent and staying focused is super important. Let's see, the 6 week. Mm, okay. So I'm going to put it here in the chat, but then I'm also going to put it in, um, if you're watching the replay, I'll put it above or below the replay. So, yeah. Oh yeah, that's the picture. The picture is so fun. I wish I, gosh. It took me forever to make this image because I wanted it to be perfect. I'm going to share it just so you see it, but that's the image. It took me a long time to come up with that because I was like, I want it to look like a game board. Like they're working together, but they got
Mhm.
their tea, and then there's like herbs in the background. And so it took me a while to make that image, but it was super fun to make.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I can go ahead and stop this if you want to go ahead and schedule the one-on-one, or if you want to like, let me stop the recording.